You took it to heart?
Dude, on the way back, he was talking about quitting comedy the whole time. And I was like,
That's really interesting.
Thank you.
What's
He's doing
that?
something.
Is it a splash? This looks like a
No, but it was,
splash, but this looks like almost like
his name's
marble.
down there over
Yeah.
here.
What are we
It's
working?
water, and then it like is like a drip.
Can you tilt it more up?
Fuck
You want more up?
Yeah.
Thanks.
I
This
say,
is the one that
I
makes
say
me look
it's
too short.
cum.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Like what?
Come.
It's like somebody just.
Let me
Fucking
know.
comedian.
Like that?
Just she just got that too,
I
like
did, yeah.
a couple weeks ago, maybe 3, 4. Right?
Yeah.
That's good. You want more?
That's a lot of cum.
That's
It is,
good.
It is. It's just all
very
over my body.
hydrated.
Yeah. I'm ambidextrous. That's what that means.
Can you try to get that one pointed at them?
You guys have hair and shirt match.
Hey, all right.
We are the dynamic duo.
Mm-hmm.
What was your name again?
James.
James.
What was-
Kinsey.
Kinsey.
Yes.
Always interesting making friends on the podcast.
On the
Right? Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
besties now.
Yeah. You're a comic as well.
Yeah, we're from Dallas.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
I had
What do
a
you-
show yesterday. We're just around.
Yeah.
You got shows tonight or no?
So again?
You guys are going up tonight?
I mean, are you offering something?
I have no power here. I used all the coupons I had to get on shows this week.
That's
So
why you brought a paid a film man.
yeah.
Like, this happened.
Yeah, this happened.
And wait, you were saying this is your first time in Austin?
Yeah, to do. I spent one night here like years ago, couch surfing on my way through town.
It's very Austin-like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then this is my first time doing. Do those reach?
I don't think that they reach.
Are they just tangled?
Yeah.
Oh,
Crazy.
nice.
And they're held together by cum. So
Oh yeah,
perfect.
it works even better for
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
Okay, it's live now.
All right, it's live.
Perfect.
Hello. So Kinsey, how's the Austin scene treating you?
Great so far. I've been here like maybe 24 hours.
Same here. Yeah.
Did you guys do anything like open mics or?
I had a show yesterday at Creek in the Cave.
Yeah, Best of the West.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dean Stanfield?
Yeah, he wasn't there though. Yeah, not last night. No.
He's like a black comic. It's like, here's the show. I'm not on it.
Okay. Okay. I thought I just talked a lot about the difference between white people and black people or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's it?
And I was like, what does that mean exactly? Or he just happens to be black and a comic.
No, he's white.
Yeah,
He
he's
looks
not
white
black.
as shit.
Oh.
He's got a mullet.
Then I am very confused right now
Yeah.
by what that meant.
Sorry about that. What do you guys think about the Mar-a-Lago raid by Trump or the FBI on Trump's house?
I mean,
Funny stuff, man. It's real
it's
funny.
real comedy right there.
What happened? I haven't heard. This.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Do you know who
There
Putin
was,
is?
I don't know anybody at this point.
Nice.
there was a lot of kerfuffle about, like, should they have done it?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure if he gets the presidency in 2024, he'll just do that to Biden and his laptop, right?
Yeah, if he's breaking the law. But,
And I guess there was a thing is like they thought they had evidence that he had like taken something, right? They had
Yeah.
taken some type of
they
document.
took it back,
Yeah.
apparently. But, yeah, I heard that Trump made a law that makes it a felony to reveal mishandle classified information to get back at Hillary Clinton because she did that with the servers. And that's the law that he broke, which he made a felony. So he broke a law that he created.
Ooh,
I wonder
irony.
is that the first
Yeah.
time? Like, you wonder if that's the first time it's happened to a president. Like, I'm going to make this law, and then like 4 months later,
Immediately.
I feel like that happens every presidency.
Yeah, someone's listening to Obama right now. Like, thanks for the wiretapping bill, you fucking idiot.
Right.
I can hear everything.
Yeah. He gets drone striked himself.
That's too far.
All right. Sorry.
Yeah, jeez.
All right, my bad. Is it because he's a black president? I just want to clarify if that's the.
Yeah. It's because
Was that mine?
he
You're a little hot. You're a little hot. Listen. I heard what you said. We're toning it down. You're
These
a little
mics
hot.
are a little wonky.
Yeah.
These are good stage mics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both 58s.
Yep.
Nice.
That's all you
Very-
need, according to Brian Redband.
Dude,
Yeah.
SM58s are that's the most like durable mic, stage mic for any type of performance. Like those things, those are the ones that you see in like all the videos from like 20 years ago or whatever. Like rock stars like swinging them and throwing
Yeah.
them and dropping them and all that. They can just like they just keep going.
There's actually a YouTube video where they shot it with a shotgun, like an actual shotgun, and then it still works afterwards.
Wow.
It's good
yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
Does
They're
it
really
affect
good.
the sound at all?
It's a great live mic thing. Obviously, it's way like those are what SM
57s. Yeah,
yes,
these
yes.
are for
Yeah,
very
those are great-
podcast radio.
great mics for
voiceover.
podcasts. Yeah,
Yeah.
my voice sounds kind of deep. Your guys actually.
I think that's
Clear
just
and
'cause
crisp.
That's
Yeah.
how your voice is.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
You wanna
just
call
like
Calling
a
out the
switch?
sexiness.
I actually sound like this.
Yeah, that's what you sound like.
God,
Just, you know.
Holy shit!
You sound like Sam Kinison all the time from the 50s.
Just
Wait,
Is he
he's from
screaming?
the '90s.
yeah. Kinnison was in the.
Oh, I
90s.
meant the other guy, Ben,
Costello and
the
Abe-
first one, the guy that Lenny Bruce.
Lenny Bruce
Oh.
just yelling from the
Oh,
stage,
dude, I'll take
reading
that.
court documents.
That
That's
will
too,
happen.
that's too much of a
eventually.
compliment, I feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah. I'm cool. I used to do heroin. Did you know that, Hans?
Did
Yeah.
you?
No. Yeah.
What was? When did you do heroin?
When I used to live here in Austin.
And now you're back, so you're about to relapse.
I'm
Weird.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Depends on how this podcast goes.
How old were you? You seem like a young man. How old were you
20.
when you were doing heroin?
23.
He's
What got you?
100 now.
He's 100.
35.
Wow, you look
I'm
amazing.
35.
How'd you get into heroin? What led to heroin?
I was just experimenting with drugs.
Just all the drugs?
All the drugs, yeah. And then I would do drugs for like a month straight, and then heroin's just the one that got... Benzos almost got me a little bit, but nobody teaches you stuff
It was
about
like
addiction.
benzo, heroin, and then
Yeah.
heroin just ran away with the lead.
Yeah, but I was like experimenting. Like I tried DMT when I was down here and stuff, which that was like, this is even before Joe Rogan
Yeah.
was really talking about it. And
Whoa, you were wow! Look at you.
yeah, Joe Rogan
Humble
actually
brag.
stole that. He stole that from me. Yeah.
So
Nah, it had
what
to
was
do with
what made you decide just like I'm gonna try all the drugs?
because I tried pot and it was really great.
Gateway drug,
No,
clearly.
No, but that's because they put it in the same doors.
Right.
As and it was
Yeah, the guy selling you pot also offers you
Yes.
cocaine and other drugs. Yeah.
And prefers to sell you the harder stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because they lied to you. Like the whole DARE program, they lied to me about pot. Where then I was like, what are they lying about other drugs? Well,
Okay.
Love Nirvana too. It was like if it's good enough for Kurt Cobain.
So you went from weeds to straight heroin?
No,
Is that
Wait, what was the
jump?
progression?
Yeah.
it was I guess booze or cigarettes, booze, weed, and then like ecstasy, and then Xanax, and then maybe some meth or like Adderall and stuff, and then cocaine somewhere in there. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So-
just didn't think that DARE was real. You were like, I don't.
Well, they lied about the basic fundamental things about pot, where they're saying you're going to get addicted. And don't get me wrong, like I've had habit forming times with pot where I'm smoking pot all the time, but it's like, yeah,
it's
this is
not the problem.
And he steals
Yeah.
people's drugs for sure.
I steal your drugs,
This is true.
and I tell you, but yeah.
After he took them.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I took your drugs.
Occasionally,
Yeah.
occasionally, yeah.
Yeah.
Or you start trying to share
She-
your drugs back with you. Like, hey, I have this. You're like, that's mine.
Mine.
She cries on all the drugs.
This is true.
I can't.
All the
deal with
drugs
it.
you
All the
cry?
drugs, all the
Not
drugs.
weed, but yeah. Like,
Any of them tears of happiness? And
I mean, most of them I feel like are tears of happiness,
It
or
feels-
You
just
just have very
yeah,
expressive eyes.
I guess.
Yeah, actually, when we used to see each other, I said she looked very pretty when she cried.
So he would try to make me cry.
No, that's not true. See, now-
It just happened naturally.
yeah.
he was like, you
Very
haven't cried in a
emotional.
while. Take this.
Yeah. I should do
Get
that.
high.
I should do that. Yeah, in the sense of being like, hey, like you need to release a little.
Yeah, you should go to a funeral high, and then they'll be like, "Oh, she's crying."
Nice.
She
She's
cares.
doing
Like Wedding
Yeah.
what she's
Crashers.
supposed
So
to do.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah, but with funerals and yeah.
So how long did it
But
take
you're
for
really
you
crying about the unicorns.
to unicorn? How long did it take for you to
guys-
go from like I'm gonna try drugs to I have a heroin problem?
18 to like 23. And then I had that for about, I got off methadone like a year and a half ago. Maybe almost 2 years now. Yeah.
Wait, 23 and you're 35 now?
Yeah.
So that was a long battle.
Yeah, I mean, some of it was because of the court stuff. Like, I got arrested like a year into doing it with my ex-fiance at the time. Here in Austin, actually right down the street. Actually, I used to live down the street off 33rd Street in Hyde Park. Sorry. Ooh, my bad. My bad.
Well, that's cool.
He meant
That's
like
cool
10
that-
blocks away.
Yeah.
We used
If
to
you go
live
down
close to
2
each
blocks,
other.
take a right, then take a left, then you pass the, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a 10-year battle of trying to get off the shit.
I want to say it's a battle, man. It was just, and this was back in 2010 and shit, where it's like, you know, people are a lot more accepting now, where it's like, I think because of like the stigma and all the other bullshit, that's what made it take 10 years. It wasn't like the addiction itself was a 10-year battle.
Plus,
if
you had
that
to be
makes
on
sense.
brand for comedy.
Sure.
Yeah. But you didn't do enough because you're still here. So.
I'll relapse.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah.
But what do you mean? Wait, what do you mean the stigma and stuff made it like you kept going back because the world was still like you're a piece of shit?
Yeah, a little
And
bit.
so you're like, then I might as well be a piece of
Might
shit.
as well own it. Yeah. And that's the great thing about comedy is like, you know, you kind of are a piece of shit on, you know, not everybody is, but it's like, and that kind
In
of
here,
gave me an
though.
outlet.
In here you are.
I mean, I'm always a piece of
Yeah.
shit in here. Yeah. But then, you know, it's a little harder when society puts that on you and stuff. And don't get me wrong, like I was a bit of a degenerate, but yeah. So it's not like it was like, you know, shame on society for that stuff or whatever. Can we talk about the Donald Trump stuff again?
It's nowhere near as interesting as this, man.
You were addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
You had a deep despair in your soul that
Yeah.
you try to fill with
Drugs.
the more illicit of the drugs, where most people stop at a reasonable point.
Yeah.
You were like, let me just abandon all hope.
Yes. No, that is 100% accurate.
But the heroin
That
feels that
sucks,
good,
yeah.
though, right?
It does. No,
Like,
it's
is it
very
like of all the
easy.
drugs you've taken?
It's
Is it-
it's solid.
It's a really good
I
drug.
We all
highly
do
recommend
heroin
it. I highly
right now.
recommend trying it once at least, or just do like an Oxycontin. I highly
Is it
recommend.
the same thing? I mean,
Yeah.
it's not the.
Yeah. Oh my God! If you want to go down that rabbit hole, almost everybody's kind of done heroin, like Vicodin, Dilaudid, even
Right,
like
same family.
all like there's so many.
Isn't
Opioids.
it so,
Yes.
you know, like dramatically beautiful that this thing that can make you feel so happy can also destroy you?
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
think that's why they called it heroin. You know what I mean? The female, you know, it's like a lady that you
The
can-
ladies that's
Makes
gonna
you feel
save you.
so
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
She
Yeah.
ruins your life.
yeah.
Typical woman, am I right?
Shiva is now the damsel in distress.
Yeah, now I've turned into the heroin a little bit.
And
Have you seen Am I Right on Reddit? They did like a survey of all the people that were like, oh, am I the asshole?
Oh,
It was
okay.
like men are like 30% right, women are 70% right.
Okay. Yeah.
And I saw this like YouTube video where like, you know, the crazy thing about women is like they know 99% of the time when their husband is cheating on them. Because the private investigator was like 99% of the time women are correct. Or some
Wow.
ridiculous
Wow.
thing.
Yeah.
And men, it's like 50-50. Like we have no idea.
They're so
Yeah, that's
sneaky.
just-
They're so sneaky.
It's that hidden ovulation. You know what I mean? You never know.
We can
Never know.
convince you that we're actually not cheating on you.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I
Never
just
happened.
assume they're always cheating. That's why I'm just, you know, might as well. Or maybe that's why 99% of women are right, because they always assume that.
Like
And
he's
it's just like,
probably.
yeah. And, you know, just takes one search through the phone, unless you got like some hardcore, whatever, player guy that like uses Snapchat. and
Should you
shit.
check the phone of your significant other?
No.
No.
Not
If you feel like you have to, there's already a problem.
Yeah.
But isn't that most relationships are having a problem?
Yeah. All
Like no
relationships have a
relationship is
problem.
perfect.
No, not
No.
even close.
No.
Yeah.
So
No.
why wouldn't it make sense that your insecurity takes the form of checking their phone?
I think it's more subtler things where it's like if you're like reaching for the phone and then they react a certain way, then
I
it's
was-
like
Who's
then
that?
Yeah.
I was at a pool and this husband was like, "Can you grab a towel? Don't look at my phone."
Okay. Yeah.
I-
See,
I
I
did
so
did
something
it like
wrong
twice.
there.
that's
Like,
not what you do.
If even I know that you're cheating, you're fucking up.
yeah.
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
a stranger.
If I'm a stranger at a pool and
Yeah.
I know,
He's
That's-
cheating on you.
buddy, like what? If you have to yell at your wife, don't look at my phone. Don't look at it.
Unless you're really smart and you just always say that, where then it just becomes like a gag
like a joke.
itself. Yeah.
Don't look at my phone. She's like, you silly goose.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's just
Or
Just
you do like one
fucking
thing.
grinder like crazy.
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
You do like one thing nice for her, and then like that's the precedent. Then you can do it anytime because she's like, "Oh, you're gonna do a surprise for me" or something like that. Not work.
Good.
Yeah.
Good advice, guys. If you're listening,
Yeah.
do one
Do
nice
that.
thing. It only takes one nice thing.
Well, wait. You've been cheated on.
I have,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. How
By who?
how did you-
Shiva?
Actually, no, it was my
I'm actually
first
pretty
boyfriend.
loyal.
Actually,
Oh, okay.
yeah. No, in college, he was very big on don't touch the phone, but also that was maybe
He also called his dick the phone.
the phone.
Okay,
Yeah, don't
so
touch.
nice.
The phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to put your ear to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it made actually a lot of sense. I think like a month into the relationship, I was like, "Oh, your ex-girlfriend is sending you nude videos of herself, like masturbating."
And then
things
what'd
like
he
that.
say?
And then he was like, "Yeah, it's comforting."
Comforting.
That
I
guy's.
don't know how comforting.
I'm taking lines from that guy's book. Yeah.
His comfort is like
Yeah, yeah.
extreme comfort.
It really helps me get through the trauma of that separation.
Yeah.
That would have been the first big red flag. But he was like, "Yeah, she's in Connecticut. I never see her. It's fine." I'm like,
Except
okay.
for twice a week when she sends me
Yeah.
updates.
Wait, what about keeping old nudes? I hear that's like a big no-no, but it's
I feel like
I'm
that
okay
should
with-
be fair game.
I know. That's what I think.
Old
Where it's
ones, I
if
think,
you
are
sent
fine,
me-
yeah.
Like
yeah.
but also if you're in a relationship and you're not having intimacy with the person that you're with, and then they like catch you and you're like always off hiding, looking at the nudes of your ex, that's a problem.
Yes.
But also every now and then,
Yeah.
what a wonderful memory lane to be like,
Yeah.
college.
I was talking to her about this. The girl version is looking at old texts, which I would like those to be deleted as a dude if I have to delete the nudes, kind of deal.
I'm
You know,
shocked
it's
at
like-
how many nudes are out.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
shocked. Like I'm late to the game. I'm 40. Like the real phone and pictures and all that didn't happen until I was like in my late 20s
Yeah.
when that even started.
Yeah.
And it's still shocking to be like how willing people are to kind of send nudes.
You're from the 20th century.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's crazy.
I think that's the whole reason why Snapchat was invented, was just so you can send nudes and not have
yeah.
to worry about them being saved.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, forget it. Whatever. And now everyone's smart. They just shoot from the bottom lip down. I've noticed that.
Cannot see my face.
Yeah.
I mean, I got tattoos.
But also I have I have tattoos that clearly identify. I literally have my name
Nice.
on my shoulder.
Says that
Yeah.
across the shaft of my dick. That's crazy. Your name. That's the weird
That's
part.
the weird part.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
Actually, I always thought it would be interesting if someone posted a nude of themselves and then like immediately got a bunch of tattoos. Then could you deny it? You're like, that's not me. Look,
Yeah,
I don't
clearly.
have this. Yeah.
That is a good girl move. If like someone's nudes get leaked,
Yeah.
they're like, I have tattoos. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? They're
course
like
it's
still
not me.
fresh and everything.
Mom
Like,
and Dad, that's not me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yet your
Right.
face is clearly in the picture. That's
Yeah.
not me.
Does that person have a face tattoo of a fucking unicorn on their cheek?
They're like, that's a stick-on tattoo.
Nice.
That's
nice.
nice.
Yeah. It's like henna.
So cheated. So you've been cheating. Have you ever cheated?
I have not ever cheated before.
You ever cheated?
Kind of. I was in rehab. This
Kind
is-
of means yes.
No, but it's
for
like
the
we were
record.
kind of working stuff, and she had cheated on me when I was in rehab, and then like we hadn't seen each other again and stuff, and yeah.
Is
So
there-
like I felt a little bad, but yeah, I don't know.
Did you hook up in rehab with like another person of rehab, or no?
A person from rehab, but not in rehab. It was
Got it.
right out of rehab.
That seems like it would happen a lot. You both went through a lot. You both are trying to be better. You're
Yeah.
lonely.
Yeah.
You're at a low point.
Yeah. Or you don't have your coping mechanisms anymore, which were the drugs.
And then each other becomes a coping
Yes.
mechanism.
Yeah,
Yeah, you find your other habit forming thing that you got to find.
Yeah.
Hans, have you done a lot of drugs?
Yes, and no, I've never cheated on anyone ever.
Have you ever been cheated on?
No, not really.
So you have
Not
good
real. What does not
relationships.
really mean? That's a
Because
no.
we were
It's-
in an open relationship and it was messy.
What got
Yeah.
messy?
It's like, are we in a relationship right now or aren't we? Or am I allowed to fuck other people or not?
And she was like, "No, you're not." But also, I am.
Yeah. it
Sort
was-
of. Was it like that?
It was. I don't know. It depends on when the timeline fits. It's not really important, but yeah, it's like a messy relationship. We were trying to cling on to it because it was nice, but there was no future in it.
I get
But-
that. I get that.
What about you?
Yeah.
You ever been cheated on?
Yeah. Yeah. A lot.
You
It
look
was.
like you cheat on a lot of people
Yeah.
too yourself.
I've never cheated. I can't. It's a weird thing because I think it's because I've been cheated on. Like I was cheated on. I've been cheated on by every girlfriend I had from 8th grade through college. Oof. Every single one. Like cheated.
Was that just one girlfriend?
We just kept getting back together. No, it was.
I mean, does 8th grade
4?
relationships even count?
I don't know. We're making out and touching boobs. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it was like 4 or 5 different women that all cheated on me through that time.
Jesus.
So you had an expectation of monogamy, and they knew that you had that expectation.
Yeah, this was
was
the early 2000s. The poly thing wasn't there yet. No. We were not
Those
there yet.
people were called gay.
No,
then.
those people were 10 at the time.
yeah, that's true too.
You know, so yeah, but it was like, yeah, like you're my girlfriend. We've been together for 2 years, and all of a sudden, like, oh, you've started fucking some dude.
Although, because like when I was in high school, the thing was you started like in a relationship with someone the day you met them. Like you'd be like,
yeah, I was like, do you want to go out? Yeah. We're going out. Yeah. What does that mean?
So
I don't
like
know.
That kind of a concept.
No, like these. I was a serial monogamer, so like everyone at like my 8th grade girlfriend, I was with for like a year and a half, and then I got to high school, and then I was with another girl for another almost year and a half, and then I was with the third girl in high school for like 2+ years. And then college, I was with that gal for like almost a year.
Did you ever question and be like, am I boring? Am I like not enough?
No, because once they cheat, go fuck yourself. Like I'm out. I'm not. I'm not.
You never took one of them back? I've taken.
But you didn't notice a
one,
pattern.
Yeah. Not really. I don't know. Yeah, you want to know what the pattern was? I wasn't fucking them. I had the weird thing where like I just kind of put that on this pedestal of like it's gonna be magic, like it's gonna be the most beautiful. Like when the sun shines and doves fly, that's when you know it's when you should put it in.
You were a virgin the entire time.
I was a virgin the entire time.
That's why.
And but like everything else was fucking all the time. Like
Wait, what do you mean?
Like we were doing everything but constantly.
Okay.
Constantly.
Blow
So it wasn't
jobs?
like it was like
Blowjobs.
Oh yeah, that's part of the everything.
Fingering.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
A lot of the
sad.
fingering.
Anal at that point.
Yeah,
Anal?
because
Catholic
because you're
sex?
you haven't lost it yet.
Yeah. Wait, were you religious?
No.
Okay.
No, I just in my mind it was just this thing that was like, no, that's supposed to be so special, and I just put it on this pedestal of like, And what's funny is I look back and it's like literally not the 8th grade girlfriend so much, but like the high school, like those two, and it's like, oh yeah,
They were complete sluts.
they probably. I look back now and realize like, oh, they were like ready, and I was like, when we're ready, and they're like, I'm fucking ready.
Yeah,
I'm
how about
here.
right
No,
now?
but I'm sure they
Yeah.
dated
So
you for
you
that.
really believe the Bible?
No,
like
it
a
has nothing to
goody
do with religion. It had nothing to do with
culture.
religion or naughty or anything. I just
That's
in
just
my
what
mind
you
it
grew
was
up on.
It was built up to be
Like subconsciously.
like a very special thing, and in my mind,
But
I was
it's
like,
not.
yeah, like no. Once
yeah,
I
I was
had
gonna
it,
ask. Yeah, what do you think about
at
sex
age
now?
20, at age 20, when I did it for the first time, I realized I should have been fucking my high
Nice.
school girlfriends,
Nice.
like
You
a
should have
lot.
stuck it in there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
But
'cause,
I mean,
man, that would have been fun. But also, I didn't accidentally have a pregnancy. Like I go back and forth on it, but I realized like, oh, that's a bit because they immediately literally like
I
they
think,
cheated
like-
on me by like screwing some guy, and then they were with that guy, and they were just off to the rabbit races.
well, yeah, you don't want to be married too young. That's a trap.
Yeah.
So by you not fucking people, they actually fuck themselves because they're trying to get you married, and it turns out that it just got you to not get married. Because if you fucked them, maybe you could have gotten married.
It wasn't a marriage thing for me though. It wasn't like I wasn't waiting for marriage. It was just like I just thought it was supposed to be some magically special moment
You're
for you
waiting
to
Was
for
do
your
that.
prom or something.
Wait.
It wasn't even
Thought
that, like,
Jesus was gonna come down and
and
kiss your
tap me
cock,
on the shoulder and say, "Enter the holy
Yeah.
gates here."
and we're all gonna
That's the
push.
vagina.
Yeah, the
That's-
vagina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
We're gonna touch you.
Yeah.
So I
Wait,
don't
so
know.
was
That
the first time good?
No, it was horrible. It was with one of the gals that cheated on me, but she just like came around enough, and she was literally like kind of dating that dude.
That's not even special at all. Then
It
if
was
it's your ex.
horrible. I know.
Yeah, you
That's
broke your
the whole thing.
You broke your sacred
it was
vows,
so bad,
dude.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Okay.
It was a rough ride. It was a rough. Yeah, I've been in therapy. It's a thing.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So that's your heroin, is unfaithful bitches.
I love bad bitches. That's my fucking problem. So,
Nice.
and by bad, I mean
Anyways.
bad, like not good,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
awesome, but bad.
Like,
Can you turn
bad
that light
bad
off?
bitches.
yeah.
The one on top of the camera.
Yeah,
What do you
what
think
Hey,
about?
Arunas, can you pop that light on?
Because I think that's what's making us not as
On the left side.
orange. It's in the middle. So what do you think about the?
Still on. Push down. Yeah, off. Yeah.
Nice.
Did that do it?
No,
That
I
should
still
help.
look like shit, to be honest. Yeah, it's just my
Hopefully
look, though.
something will happen.
Yep.
So we've
Yeah,
talked
we
sex,
should
we've
think
talked
about
drugs.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, yeah.
that's
That's
the
what I was
next
thinking.
one.
Yeah.
That's the next one. Anyone?
Well, all right, Hans, what's your heroine? We've got
My
sex with
heroine-
Oh, yeah.
girls, we've got heroin.
My heroine would have to be Settlers of Catan.
We just
Oh,
saw that
we
game.
ju- yeah, we were just
I was just
shopping.
talking to her about that. Yeah.
I've never played it before. Is it fun?
It's
It's fun on shrooms.
It's strategic.
I'd be crying. So
It's a
can't-
cult.
can't do it.
It's like a straight up cult. Like people that are in the Settlers of Catan
Would you
are
like to
so
join?
into it.
It's not. I had fun.
You put
Wait.
on the little robes and
You put on robes?
you light candles and you roll die.
Are you sure this
I
isn't
don't remember the
witchcraft?
robe part.
Yeah, I think you're Wiccan.
Did you put a
So
spell on
Ouija
somebody?
board.
Yeah.
It's very hypnotizing. The simplicity.
You've been playing a lot of that lately?
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
Who do you play with? Like, do you have a group of comics that you play with, or
Sometimes,
civilians?
yeah.
Who?
Sometimes, yeah. We played yesterday with comedians, but I play online a lot.
Oh shit.
I was like, maybe I like Catan for the friendships, and then I found it online, and I was like, nope, just the Catan.
Oh, nice. You don't need people.
I don't need
Yeah.
these people.
Yeah. Wait, are you playing robots or you're playing
No,
fucking?
I'm playing other
Okay,
humans.
okay.
It'd
That's-
be
that's
really
more fun.
lonely to find out that you've just been playing bots.
I mean, they could still be.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, they're
They're just
AIs
programmed to say racist things.
That's pretty easy, actually. You
So, Kinsey, what's your heroine?
can- oh yeah.
Ooh, I don't know what I'm gonna be. Maybe getting new hobbies. I constantly am trying to learn new shit.
Like what? What's been
That
your
is
list?
Such a
What have you?
shitty answer.
Thank you.
I was-
This is like a
was-
job interview. My
What's your-
biggest
say your
weakness
hobbies and
is
then-
my desire to
Yeah.
succeed.
I think it's my desire to kill myself. So it's all like really adrenaline rush kind of hobbies.
Like what? What are you doing?
Like skydiving was one for a big while.
Like you were just like doing the tandem jumps or going to get your
going to get my
certification?
certification.
Did you finish?
No, I'm still in the middle of it. The problem is you have to drive 2 hours to go to it, and so then you're there all day, and then
It's a full day.
It's a full
And you
day.
can get in a few jumps a day.
Why can't you just jump out at Austin Bergstrom?
because I don't
They've-
live in Austin.
There's that. All right, so skydiving.
Yes, scuba diving is another one.
Did you get certified?
Yeah, I'm a dive master actually for that one.
Dive master.
Yeah.
Patty or what's it called?
So I'm Patty SDI, and then I just transferred over to NAUI as well.
Nice. You can go international.
What the fuck
Pretty
is Patty NSI?
It's they're just a certification company.
So
Scuba
there's,
diving
like,
is kind of a
3 of them?
scam in a way.
Yeah.
There's like
It's
10,
like boxing.
There's like 10 of them.
Are there? I only knew Naui and
So
Patty.
many, so many.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an insurance thing.
Yeah.
It's like kind of bullshit.
There's too many certifications. She's got a full binder full of this shit that
Yeah.
it's like.
Because anytime that you want to do
It's
anything,
all
then you got to get a new
inefficiency.
cert for it. So if you want to go diving really
It
deep,
is.
you got to get the deep diver.
What's
cert.
considered deep?
100 foot.
Okay.
Yeah. You're when you get certified, then you're immediately able to go down to 60. If you want to go more. Then.
But hold on. Says who? Says the dive boat that you then go on. Like they put the
It's-
limits on you
No, it's the
At what
insurance. It's the
point-
insurance policy. So
for
like,
the dive boats.
for the company that certifies you. So
But if you go on your own and have your own gear,
you can do whatever you want.
right? Okay.
Are you a
you-
scuba?
I grew up in
Scuba
the Florida
diver?
Keys, so like I grew up in the
You
water. The first
heard
time I
them
had a
talk
tank
about
on
it?
in the ocean, I was like 6. So like I just grew up doing it, and I never got certified because I have older brothers and my dad. They were all certified.
Yeah. How can they regulate that? Can't you just buy
You
it
can.
on Amazon? And
Yeah,
you
you
can
can
go
buy your own
diving?
gear and go.
Yeah.
If you have
Yeah.
a boat, then that's the
Yeah.
easiest thing.
It's only for like if you're gonna go with a dive group
How
or a
deep?
charter.
What is the limiting factor? Is it the crush?
Pressure is a big part, yeah.
pressure and time?
So,
Yeah.
like,
Well,
and
because
time.
the
But if
farther-
you have a
yeah.
tank,
so a tank will only last you so long, and then the farther down you go, the more nitrogen buildup you have in your system. So you have to do these safety stops on your way up, and so the longer you are down, then the more nitrogen buildup you have.
And you have to get that out.
so which is
decompress.
worse, the nitrogen or the gravity or the weight?
The pressure.
Yeah.
The pressure you
well,
get. I mean, because you're
no,
not. I mean, what's
I
the
wasn't
deepest you've
saying-
gone?
130.
130.
I think.
I think I've done 90.
Is it nitrogen or the pressure?
I mean, so yeah, you can definitely feel. So you'll get something called nitrogen narcosis if you go dive down too far too soon, and that's it. You just have like such a buildup of nitrogen. So I'd say that's probably more so than pressure. But that's it. If you have ear trouble, then the pressure will sometimes mess with people more. So it just really depends.
I really hate that feeling.
No, I don't
But
like it.
Nitrogen
pressure.
narcosis.
Like if-
Actually, you would love that feeling.
No, the pressure. It's like a
Oh,
weighted
okay.
blanket.
Ear thing.
Yeah.
It does. It does feel like the ocean's hugging you.
I feel like it's
kind of, yeah.
I
And
was
it's
gonna
like
s-
it's
I
like
was-
just like a full everywhere from every direction hug.
it's suffocating. It's not hugging. Okay,
It's
clingy. I don't. Yeah, I want to
It's
cheat
so
on
crazy that it's because you're carrying all that water above you.
yeah.
So the deeper you
And
go,
you're-
the more water you're carrying above you, and it's pressing down on you.
And you're like multiple atmospheres down, so it's like it's pressure. It's legit.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Well, and so with scuba, that's one thing, but free diving is actually even worse because you constantly have to be.
Yeah, clearing and stuff.
Clear-
But you're
clearing,
you're also
thank you,
trying to
yeah.
do it quickly because you're
Yes.
holding your breath.
You can clear nitrogen. How do you
No,
clear
no,
just
the
clear
pressure.
your pressure. So you're like holding and
buildup.
blowing,
Like a
and it
baby.
kind of
Well, and so that's the Valsalva maneuver, and so you're actually getting rid of your breath while you're doing that. So most people do a thing called Frenzel, which is really weird that you can make your body do, which is just pressing forward on your sinuses and just releasing that way. Yeah,
Nice.
it's crazy and it's super hard.
and deadly, and people
deadly.
die all the time.
People die all the time.
Oh
Like
yeah, also
cave
free
diving.
diving too. You
That's
do.
free-
Yeah,
that's it,
from
yeah.
free diving.
Yeah.
You free dive?
You like it though. You like at least the breath holds
I
aspect
do
of it.
enjoy the feeling of it. a
Dying?
little bit. No,
This feels like heroin.
Yeah. No, it's just like what's it called? The mammal
Mammalian
dive reflex, where it's like all the blood leaves your hands and limbs and goes to your stomach.
To preserve the organs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
'Cause
We
you
did.
don't need
We
a
So do you do that on the surface, or like you go underwater and do?
Underwater.
I could care. I mean, no, we're doing it like at a pool.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I'm
like
not-
laying on
yeah.
the bottom and holding.
Yeah, yeah. Just having, because she's
Something
got
about it.
practice and stuff, so sometimes I'll join in and stuff.
So you do free dive then too?
Yeah.
What do you? How deep you go there?
My lowest down I think has been 80 foot, which
That's fucking legit.
it's fun. Well, and especially I need to actually go back to Florida. For a while there, I was trying to get my instructor rating and be the only one. And there's really no instructors for freediving in Dallas. So
Can we talk about heroin again?
no, I love
This
diving
is so
much fun.
interesting.
What do you
This is
guys
so
think
good.
about-
So not.
But
It was crazy. Like growing up there, my brothers and I, we all snorkeled and we'd like spearfish.
Oh, yeah.
And my brother,
She's got one.
he got a
a
spear
spear.
gun.
Yeah.
Dude, there's nothing more satisfying
Yeah.
than spearing a fish, taking it to the surface, going, and then 20 minutes later you're cooking it up. Like there's something about that. But
What about humans?
they fight it too
Okay.
much. You know, they're heavy to get over onto the boat.
That's true.
It's a lot.
I mean, you don't
And
have
they
to do it in
bleed
the
a lot.
ocean. You can do it on land.
But what's the fun? You know.
it's easier in the
Use a
ocean.
gun.
But I remember my brother got really good at free diving and spearfishing, where he would be able to, and there were all these tricks that guys would do, where like you hold one eye shut, so when you get to the bottom and you open it and it's darker, your eyes already
yeah.
adjusted and stuff.
Yeah.
But he could free dive down with snorkel, mask and snorkel, and I should say with fins.
Oh yeah.
And he could work 80 feet with a spear gun. And
Nice.
I think he was like holding his breath for like almost 3 minutes.
Oh,
The
I
fish are
wouldn't-
like, I should be safe here.
Yeah, and then there's my brother just.
If I'm going deep, I'm not bringing
Oh.
a spear. My spear, I will only bring that out if I'm maybe going like 20 feet tops.
Yeah.
Like
Which
that's-
most of the
it's-
time is
I have
fine.
a
'cause
hard
there's
time with
reefs
10
there.
feet.
Because your ears, the pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like at the bottom of a pool.
I don't
And
like
you can
it.
feel it. You can
Yeah,
feel
I'm
it.
like, how do you even go lower than this?
Just
But I
gotta-
guess if it's like that low, you just eventually experiment and find out.
Yeah, and you work on learning how to clear and stuff like that. My brothers, when they like a group of them would go out, and if they were doing deeper water, they would actually snort wasabi a little bit, because it just, and then all of a sudden you're just having like a snot fest for a few minutes. But they'd be out on the boat, get all the gear ready, hydrate,
So
and
it
then they would
opens it
snort
up.
just a little bit, and it would just clear your sinuses completely out.
Everything's open.
Yeah.
So it flows through.
Yeah,
That's a lot better than what I would do. If I'm going down to Florida for a big
Mm-hmm.
dive weekend or whatever the case may be, I then give up dairy for like 2 weeks. 'Cause
just so you're
that's-
less congested
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
exactly
And you're like, fuck that. I want my dairy.
I
Give
want
me the
my dairy.
wasabi.
Yeah, I'll do
Doing lines of
instead.
wasabi.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good tip. I'll try that next
Is
time.
that why wasabi's with sushi?
No.
What?
All right.
I don't get that one.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying.
Because they're fish.
Fish.
Yeah. I
and
get it.
that,
Deep down.
It's very
Hey,
big
fish.
gap.
Snort.
Where do you go in
Yeah.
Florida?
Wasabi.
This is
West
our
Palm-
podcast.
now
now.
It's
You guys
turning
just-
into
Yeah,
that.
let's talk about something we've all done before.
No, but on the hobby, she also does wrestling, piano.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But
Piano,
that's
the
not your
real
heroin. That's not your
death
heroin.
defying.
Your heroin would be sugar.
Oh, I love sugar.
What
Yeah, no,
in
you're
what
not wrong.
form?
Every form.
All the sugar.
Fucking-
All the sugar?
all the
Yeah.
time. I
Like
do.
the simpler the sugar, the better. Like elephant ears.
You're a simple lady.
Oh,
The
dude, a
big-
good elephant ear.
The big
just
thing that I've been
sugar.
doing lately is I will buy a jar of frosting and then I'll just
Oh, I've
take a
seen
couple
that.
spoonfuls of it outside and then
Frosting
put it back
is
in
so
the fridge.
good.
Just
pure
straight,
sugar.
Cake
straight to the
frosting.
dome,
Yeah.
dude.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like a peanut butter jar. That's what I use
Yeah.
frosting for.
That's good.
Surprised you haven't started shooting it up.
She's
You
got a
never know.
spoon. She's melting it in a
Yeah.
caramel.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Well,
definitely
you'll
could get.
taste it. If you shoot up, you'll fucking
Really?
a little bit.
I guess I could get a sugar stick and just snort it.
Yeah. I used to do that in fucking middle school. Pixie sticks.
Oh, yeah.
You would snort it?
Yeah, it was just a stupid
Does it
thing.
hit? Does it
No.
do?
No,
I mean,
just
yeah.
hurts. Just hurts.
We would do
No,
that with
I mean, you
Smarties.
taste it.
We'd
Sure.
like crunch up Smarties and do that.
Nice.
No, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
That's what Dare
That's
taught
so
us, by
bad.
the way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if
I
you
think
snort
cocaine
drugs,
is better for you than snorting.
I think so too.
Smarties.
Probably. Good
Yeah.
cocaine is probably better
Yeah.
for you than snorting.
Kids,
Sugar.
drop the Smarties. I got some
Yeah,
cocaine.
that's not
Do
where the
cocaine.
party's at.
You got to be responsible about these things.
What hobbies have you had, Hans? What do you dabble
Some
with
of my
besides
hobbies
settlers?
include podcasting.
Yeah.
Settlers of Catan,
Yeah.
comedy.
Shiva, what do you think about the gun control laws?
They're fantastic. There's
Which
some
ones?
there's some things that need to be fixed, but there's some good things about those guns.
It's a very general way to handle that.
Good job.
Yeah.
Political move there. Yeah. Not trying to.
I believe in the good ones, and I disapprove of the bad ones,
the
and
dumb
I
thing.
think we need to find a good middle ground
Yes.
to really make sure everyone's safe while free.
What do you think about roads, Hans?
I think they need to be smaller.
Smaller roads.
Smaller roads. I think you need to build closer together, and then you won't need cars. Maybe a couple bike lanes on the sidewalk, not on the street.
Did you get this perspective after playing Settlers of Catan so much that you're like, you know how to build roads now?
What should we do with our timber?
Well, the thing is, like, it's important to not have car-based infrastructure.
Yeah. I mean, that's the most of Europe and stuff that was all designed, I mean, pre-car.
Yeah.
And then here we're like, look at all this land, and we just spread everything out.
Yeah.
So
And made
are,
it where.
are you
so that
pro
we don't have
train
to-
then?
Yes.
Okay. What about planes? And like just you bad on them too?
Planes are cool because they don't have to be on the ground. It seems
Mm-hmm.
inefficient.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is
okay.
very true. Yeah. Planes do not need to be on the... They do have to be on the ground for a little bit, though.
Yeah.
A little
You know?
bit.
Takeoff and landing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have to start and stop on land, but it's like there's less friction up there. There's not a lot of human beings up there.
There are.
It's
In
kind of
the air.
terrifying when you see how many planes
There's
are
a
in the
lot of
sky at
planes.
once. Like,
I
there's
mean,
still, like, it's a
there's
lot of
not
air.
as
They're not
many on
close
the
to each other,
ground.
but
How many people do you think are up in the sky at once? Like max?
tens of millions.
Millions? You
Around
think
the world.
millions?
Yeah, I think you know what?
Interesting.
Yeah, let's go.
Millions.
I'm not
That
sure.
could have gone
Well,
tens of
there's
millions, maybe
different
not.
times.
Maybe.
Yeah, I would maybe 1 million.
What's
I
the
don't
rush
know.
hour for air traffic?
I was thinking like 640 or something.
Oh, much more than that.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Have you been to an airport and they're just constantly landing?
True.
It's like basically a train. Everything becomes the same thing. It's just like slightly different. But airports feel like train stations, feel like bus stations. They're doing the same thing.
Yeah. How would you make it better though? A waiting area like that.
Settler of Catan table.
Yeah, what
Everywhere.
more do you want? It's a waiting room. It doesn't have to be something. What would you do to it?
Oh no, I have no idea. I'm
Mine
just
would
wondering-
obviously be heroin.
Yeah.
A lot of people are missing their train, though.
Maybe make it a library,
Nah.
a library waiting room.
So all the books.
Yeah, combine.
I don't like books. Books are lame.
So that little children reading books are right next to like pedophiles traveling by train.
Is that how they travel? Is
Some
that
of
how they
them.
mainly?
The good ones.
In an ideal world, pedophiles would travel by train.
So you would outlaw them in any other capacity. No planes, no cars.
So you know who the
They would
pedophiles
be.
are, but you let them live. But you're
No,
like,
we
you
don't
gotta,
know who
you
they
gotta
are.
be on a train though.
No, not like that at all.
Okay,
Just
okay,
like
okay.
law of averages.
So this doesn't totally answer our question, but it's something that we can probably work with. In 2019, 4.5 billion passengers took 42 million flights worldwide.
So
That's an average of 115,000 commercial flights every day. So 4.5 divided by 365 would give us
per day.
per day.
Well, and that's just commercial. That's not including anyone with a private plane.
Yeah.
That's a
Which
good
is
That's
also a big-
negligible. Really? It's
Oh,
big?
yeah. There's like farmers. Most of them all have planes. Like there's.
Farmers have fun.
There's
Oh
like,
yeah,
okay.
crop,
I want to
crop
say
dusting.
there's
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
there's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
something like 100,000 private pilots in the country. Something like
Okay.
that.
Well,
Did you
let's
get
just
into that,
ignore them for
hobbyists?
now.
What was it? 4.5 million or billion?
But then
Billion?
also it's per like at one time, because some of those are landing during the day or whatever and stuff. So
So
even
it's still
dividing-
12 million a day.
What?
Okay,
12 million people a day.
so,
So
yeah,
divide that
million-
by
millions.
hour.
Divide by
to find-
24.
That was way off.
And
with
then
640.
divide that by seconds to find in
Well,
1
okay,
second.
yeah. So it's 513,000 on average per hour.
Yeah. There
But
could
also
be
the most
a
flights
day
like
with
daytime
more.
shifts around the world.
Exactly.
So we can't, yeah.
No, and also
that's-
nighttime
It's good
flights.
to know
less
on
than-
the average.
Yeah. So 500,000 people right now, at least, are in the sky.
That's crazy.
500,000.
It's a small country.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Earth goes to shit,
Live
they
in
could
the
just like
sky.
hover and then land, and then they could repopulate. We're always safe.
You
We
got all-
always got like a few airplanes preserving our
The
DNA.
world would have to go to
Oh,
shit
I
within
see.
like
I see
6
what you're saying.
hours.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
whole
yeah.
world would have to go to shit in like 6 hours.
I mean,
This
there
could be
people.
a movie.
There are people on the space station, right? That
Yeah.
preserves the.
Negligible.
Yeah. Okay. fair
Maybe.
enough.
Maybe.
many people do you think you're
That's
in
real.
Yeah,
space?
you think they would be like arrogant? They'd be like, "Well, you came from the air. We came from space."
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's a hierarchy there, or it's like you're a pilot. Like, dude, I'm an astronaut. Yeah, you get it.
Also, though, they have like, can they? Does the space station have like emergency capsules? Can they just get out if they want to? Doesn't somebody have to go there and bring them
I
home?
believe it's the latter.
Can you imagine if they just
watch?
watch
They
the
just
world
stuck.
disappear and they just know they're like, well, we're here as long as we can
Let's
keep
start
making
fucking.
oxygen.
That'd be dope. I would be cool with that. If you had to see the world end
To see
just
the show from above.
see the whole thing.
They
Imagine
don't
if
have
it
a
was like
life
Newton.
raft.
No life raft.
I mean,
Also,
where are they
like,
gonna go?
They
What
don't have
about
food.
just like
Yeah, no
a
resupply.
propeller, like the scuba divers use, just like a zzz, just get into Earth.
I'm sure that will be a thing.
And then
Or they
parachute.
do that with astronauts. They got little
they
jetpacks.
got little jetpacks, but those can't bring you into the atmosphere. They
Well,
can't.
when we
Probably
when we
burn up.
destroy the
It's
atmosphere,
like really hot up
Oh,
there.
that's how they do it. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no more
You
atmosphere.
just got to go through the hole You
In
can
the
see-
ozone.
Yeah,
Got
yeah,
it.
you just got to find it. Super easy.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it.
What
you
is
you
the
scuba dive? You could do
atmosphere?
it. You could do it.
Hold your breath, dude.
Yeah.
Clear your nose.
Just-
Also,
Do
though,
the-
if you were to make it back, what would you be making it back to? If the
Yeah,
Earth,
why-
There's nothing. There's no reason.
You're
to
gonna
make it back.
die when you land. You're gonna die on reentry, or you're just gonna die in the space station.
yeah,
You
yeah,
could
yeah.
land.
Although I think it would be sad then being on the space station because there's no alcohol or anything. Like if I knew that the world was gonna end, like
You can make it. If you can make it in
Yeah, they're-
prison,
they're
you can
literally-
make
You
it
can
in
make
space.
it. Okay.
They're-
yeah,
You
yeah,
can make it.
Scientists, chemists, and physicists. They might be able
That's
to pull
true.
it off.
yeah. They probably could.
Yeah, I would start Breaking Bad up there. Just start making meth up there and just fucking go nuts.
Phase
Might
out.
as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We get it.
some-
You're in the drugs.
Yeah.
We get it.
Did you know I used to do heroin? It's
James
it's a thing.
would start
It's a thing.
dating women that cheat on them with the only other person in the space station.
Well, I mean, she's gonna have to cheat if we're gonna repopulate the planet.
Yeah, it's
that's
like
'cause
I
you
would
gotta-
sleep with
you gotta
you,
have
but
sex with her.
there's no one I can cheat
Which I'm
on
not
you
gonna
with.
do, so it's not a problem.
Wait, are you in a relationship now?
No,
Okay, interesting.
no. That's
Okay.
I got out of my second divorce
Ooh.
about 3 years ago,
Okay.
and now I have a kid, so I have a 5-year-old daughter, which makes dating like if I'm trying to like have a comedy career and raise a kid 50% of the
Ooh,
time.
yeah.
I don't. It sucks. It's a
Yeah.
lonely kind of existence in the sense of like I've gone on like a couple of dates recently,
Yeah.
and they went well and they were nice and like I dug her and we had a great time, and then it was like at the end of the day I was like I'd really like to do this again, and she was like cool, like when are you available and stuff, and I like pull out my phone, I'm like
You're like,
I have a Wednesday lunch we could do a month and a half from now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because
Why
like
are
if
you
I don't
so
have my kid,
busy?
I'm doing shows, and if
Yeah.
I have my kid, I'm not going
So
on a
you're
date.
never out. You're never in the same place for a long time. You're always like traveling.
I don't even travel much for comedy. It's just either local. I'm either with my kid or doing
Why don't you
shows.
just bring her to a comedy show?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been to a comedy club, but not the most conducive for 5-year-olds, especially considering.
No,
it's like,
not
No,
the
the
date,
5-year-old.
the date.
Wait, is your
the
date
date-
is
'cause
your
I-
date 5 years old? Is that what you're saying?
Oh,
what
that's
you're
who you meant bring. Because I know this is my take, and I'm pretty sure it's real. Every comic hates when another comic brings their girlfriend.
Yeah.
Because we're like,
What are you doing?
okay,
Now I have to
Well-
be nice to someone I'm not even gonna fuck.
and isn't funny.
Yeah.
Isn't gonna do anything for me.
Actually, my buddy told me the best roundabout way of doing that. Go to a big show that you're not on. Take a date to a show that you're not on. Because then it's like you get all the validation because all the comics know you and the bartender knows you and stuff. You have none of the pressure of having to perform and do well. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to perform.
I'd rather be on a show somewhere else.
Touche.
Also,
No,
his
you got a
problem
point.
is that he doesn't have time outside of comedy. So
Or
it's-
kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm either raising a kid or doing
Don't
shows.
do a show once and just hang out with your date. I'm saying go to the same show. You're still there, and then maybe when she goes to the bathroom, do a guest spot. Or I don't know.
I bring my dates to all my shows.
Do you really?
Really?
Yeah.
Like as dates?
You're that guy.
Yeah.
Like, do you go to like, hey, we're gonna go to dinner and then go to a show, or is the date your show?
Well, I tell them it's a show that I'm on, but it feels like a show, and it's like a heightened social environment.
Yeah,
They enjoy
where
it.
you're a king, you get to go on stage and shine.
No, that's also
like the
That's a
beta
part of
alpha
it.
you are.
Yeah.
But sometimes I bomb, but it doesn't really matter how I do on stage.
Because your demeanor changes in no way whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like, is he happy when he gets off stage?
You can't tell whether it's a good set
Well,
or a bad
it's-
set. We
why
discussed
would
this earlier.
why would
Zero
you,
emotion.
Like, why would you tie your emotions up into something? So, you should like be completely independent. And if you feel good, you should feel good.
I get that, but
For a
you're
long
just
time.
a hard person to read.
Are you saying that when you have a bad set,
that's
it
the
doesn't
thing.
affect you in any way whatsoever?
No, I say like it doesn't affect the date as much unless I bomb horribly.
Yeah.
I feel like it would affect the date either way. Because, I mean, if you do really, really well, then she's like, great, you didn't make, like, that's, I don't know.
Well, she
Yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
want to be on a date with like a guy that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think like if you haven't, get her in the bag before you can bring her to the show, and then you don't have to worry about it. If she likes you, then
Actually, I use online dating sometimes to get people to shows.
You're the worst.
I know. This is
I
why I don't do
know.
Tinder. This is why I don't do Tinder dating.
What's funny about that is I've seen guys do that. I've been at shows where some guy went on, like, there was like 6 different women
Yeah.
in the audience that all thought they were on a date with that guy.
Yeah.
See, I don't do that.
Like, he was like, yeah, come hang out. And then I saw him kind of like maneuver back, like, and
I
talk
like-
to them each after
Who's
the
this
show.
guy? What's this guy's name? I like this
I
guy.
forget. I can't remember who he was, but it stuck in my mind. I remember sitting in the back of the room and like it came up during the show, like someone else's set, because like during the show he said something and someone else was like, "Oh, who here's from Match or something or who da da da," and some girl was like, "Oh, I'm with the comedian guy," and he was like, "Well, wait, then you said you were with something, like who are you with?" She's like, "I'm."
Wait, so
I'm
another
with the
comic ruined it?
Another comic
That's
like
hilarious.
blew the whole thing up on stage.
That's hilarious.
And was like, wait, you, and then like, is anyone else? And there was like 4 other girls, and they
Nice.
were all there to meet him after the show.
Did he
and
go on
hang
stage
out.
yet?
Yes, he had already done his
Damn
set,
it.
so he didn't.
Oh.
Yeah,
Did he
would have
do
been
well?
good.
Well, yeah, he brought 6 people.
Yeah, I mean there were 12 people at the show. He brought half the
Oh,
crowd.
God.
No,
you
no,
have to
I
think
think there
about
was
it.
more than that, but it was weird. I don't remember whether he did well. I don't think he was a great comic, but it was like a bringer show mentality. Like it was a bringer show, and
I think that's the only exception. If
Yeah.
you're new to comedy and doing a
it
bringer
just
show
shows
and
a
pull that
profound
stuff,
disrespect for the people that you're trying to date. He's like, these are just people that I can use.
yeah, I don't think he was trying to date them. Like
No, I doubt
you were.
it.
I know,
No,
but he
but,
was
like, I
in
just-
that arena.
profound disrespect what you're doing to the
Yeah.
people that
It's-
you're trying to
it's
date.
Someone's
different.
looking for love.
What
I
I
know.
do is different because I'll post like a flyer on online dating, and I'm like, if you want to come to the show, you can. But like, it's like,
P.S. Maybe I fuck. Like,
Yeah.
no,
it's
no,
like,
no, no,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
not that. It's like we are not on a date, but you can come to the show and come hang out. It's like,
Should
let's
prove
do
like
it. Let
an
me see.
ad.
Let me see the fucking
I don't
messages.
have it on right now,
don't.
Like an
and it's not a message. It's
advertisement.
like I
I
literally
don't believe
posted
it.
on the thing.
But yeah,
Let-
I mean,
let me-
to
let me see your
invite
phone.
a lot of the same people or a lot to the same show, I think is a little.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, like that's what you do to people. That's how you use them.
how many would you get?
At most, I've probably got
Capitalism.
like 2. Not many. I'm not pulling the same people he's pulling apparently.
What do you think about
Gotta try it.
capitalism?
I think it could be done properly.
It just hasn't been done.
I think traditionally it's taken advantage of a lot of people, but it's also built a lot of opportunity, and
Don't you
it
think
allows
it's like?
opportunity.
Don't you think it's like a progression, and we should keep going from feudalism to capitalism to the next thing, and we're just stuck on this one method of doing things?
I think that's changing though now with the internet though. That's really brought a lot of whatever like capitalism's foibles or whatever.
Yeah, I know a group of people like they kind of specialize in like they have a consulting firm for like conscious capitalism. I'm like, there's a way to do this right. There's a way to pay your people. There's a way that like to you look at everyone whatever
But why?
Jeff Bezos.
Like, why do we have to preserve the old system to
Well,
make a new system?
have you designed the new one yet?
well, what did they design it during feudalism, capitalism?
I don't know. So what do we need? Just pure chaos until somebody.
We need to
like,
do
how does
the
it
same thing that our founding fathers did, and instead of just going along with the old wealth distribution, making a one that actually works, and to use capitalism and be like, we can do it, but why? Like, why should we?
I feel like that's kind of naturally happening though, because I think because of the internet, people are aware that like, oh, these companies are shitbag companies. Yeah. I'm going to choose to do business with better companies. I'm going to research the products I use and choose more direct, small town, local.
Granted, the shitty companies are onto that, and now it's just all about image. You
right?
know what I'm saying? So,
but also, we can see through that better than ever. So
Yes and no. I feel like, well, also there was a report that I just read that like Uber Eats, for example, like during the pandemic, people were like, oh, I'm buying local, when in reality it was just, oh, you're buying from 7-Eleven, but they will go by a different name,
right?
Or whatever the case may
Interesting.
be. Yeah. So there's that, they're hiding stuff in it.
Shiesty.
I'm all for a
Shell
better
companies.
system, but we don't have one yet.
I'm cool with
Not
it.
with that attitude.
I'm cool with it falling apart. I'm just drifting through the wind right now. That's it. I got my own shit to deal with. I like how you're trying to take on the whole world's problems.
Yeah,
that's it's very
Why
noble
not?
of you.
Why not? Like, why not go for the big one if we're gonna talk about anything? If it's all meaningless.
Do you have any ideas though? Do you have any? Is there?
He wants to get rid of roads. That's what
I think that you need to have stronger unions, universal health care. Some things the private market can't do, like low-income housing and health care. I don't think it should be for-profit. And just you get paid what you bring in. Like if a McDonald's worker makes a burger and that brought in like 40% of the $2.39, and it gets 40% of the $2.39.
Well, that's not how business works, though. I mean, like you still have to pay for the burger, and the bun, and the meat,
right?
And so he can't get 40%. He has
if it is
40% of the profit,
whatever the number is. Right now, it's the minimum amount possible.
Right.
What is the least amount I can give you? And I think it should be more a percentage, whatever that is. Maybe not 40, maybe like 10, maybe 2.
So instead of an hourly wage, it's just whatever you serve.
Your productivity.
Yeah, whatever you bring in.
You're worth your production.
Yeah, instead of just the top guy taking as much as possible.
Yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, you're right.
I feel like anyone though with that needing ADA compliance or something like that would definitely have a problem with that though. Like Disabilities Act.
No one would have
what
to
do you mean?
work.
Well, because for example, if you work
survival.
in a certain company, then you have to make certain adjustments for people with disabilities.
Right.
And so if it's all based off of productivity, and there's someone that only has like, let's say, one hand and can only do half of whatever is the, you know what I'm saying?
Probably not the right person for that job.
You would assume, but in today's society, they still have the job.
Yeah. Well, you would
Protection
also
and rights
just
and
give
all
them housing and food off the bat. In my
So about
ideal
that-
world.
Who gives
what about
that?
that lady with no
The
arms
taxpayers.
that makes stuff with her feet? Like she has to. Like I don't want her making my burger. Unfortunately, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
She doesn't have to.
It's in her world, it seems like.
Why would
You know,
people aren't
ADA.
even going to be making burgers?
Well,
It's
Yeah, the
gonna
robots are going to be here
Yeah,
in no
that's true.
time.
You got a burger made by a person? That's gross.
yeah, that will be the
Another
new norm.
human
That
touch.
will be the new norm. Yeah.
Just metal.
Or it'll be like a
It cooks it
bug
while it
sandwich.
makes it.
That'd be dope, man.
Slices the tomato.
I'd be cool with that.
I mean, I think like a lot of the problems in the world are like, like the only thing that we have to fight is ourselves. We have all the technology, we have all the time. The only thing that can defeat us is ourselves. I think like, yeah, we're not fighting the Nazis. We're not fighting, the Great Blizzard of whatever. Like
The White Walkers are dead.
Nah, we're still fighting each other though. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
But again,
Country-wise,
it's mainly
the
over
biggest
resources and control.
Yeah.
I mean, comics fight each other every day, I feel like.
Yeah. that's-
Do you? Like,
Constantly. There's always some sort of drama or war going on, I feel like.
Yeah.
Are they good comics?
Some of them.
Sure.
A lot of them, no.
That's subjective.
What scene did you come out of? Where did,
So I'm in the Dallas scene now.
Dallas
I'm in
scene.
DFW.
Where did you start?
I started in Wichita, Kansas.
Okay. And was I started in San Diego, and when I got there, like the class before us, it was very much like people were in a weird way like sabotaging each other and stuff like that. And then my group got there, which was like Derek Hassan, Brian was there, and it was like all of a sudden it was like this class of love where we were just like we clicked with each other, we were supportive, we were helping, we were building each other up, and like it was like this beautiful like family. And people would tell us like this is not how most scenes are, man. Like, and even the guys there would like the guys that were older than us, like they didn't like us because we were like that.
Yeah.
And they were from they've been doing it 5 years already.
And now you guys
They're
all
like,
left. Are you still there?
I'm still there because my kid's there.
Man,
And I love San
You
Diego.
got to get rid of that kid, dude.
This kid is cropping up a lot.
She's almost 5. I don't think I
God
can.
Take the 5-year-old to
Take
the
her to
comedy
Oregon.
club. Yeah.
And in Oregon, it's legal. You can drug her up on mushrooms and
Yeah.
shoot her in the head.
Okay.
Oh my
wow.
God.
Yeah.
I don't pay for a 5-year-old to go out. But like, was your scene loving or all like?
In
Drama-y
Wichita,
hate.
I think it was more loving towards me because I was one of like maybe 5 females. So starting out there,
And by
I
loving,
think-
you mean it was awkward because everyone was trying to have sex with you?
There's that, but
Yeah.
also just there was one woman there who she's moved on. I think she's in Colorado now, but I
She
just
died.
yeah, she's dead.
She's on the other side.
She
now.
moved on to a better life.
Yeah. I just remember that she saw me go up on the open mic and immediately was like, "Okay, woman, you were," and like booked me on my first show day 2, which is crazy. So
See,
Life
women are
is
just
so
getting
easy
opportunities because they're
for
women.
It's easier up
Up
top,
front,
and
and
then
then-
it's
and now I'm
difficult.
struggling,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And then what about
Well-
where'd you start?
Dallas.
Dallas. What was that scene like? Loving.
They hated me, and
with
they,
right.
Yeah, I was on drugs, and it was a little understandable. And then now it's kind of like the same thing kind of happened. I mean, we are still, or maybe it's just me, but there's still a little competitiveness to it. But yeah, I, like the people that in my class or whatever be like Lawrence Rosales and like who started like right.
Just Lawrence. It's just you two.
Just me and that, and I'm super competitive with that motherfucker.
It is funny though.
They had a shirtless competition
Oh, yeah,
at the
yeah.
last open mic.
Well, he was
Yeah.
trying to say he's more attractive, and I was like, ish.
And then you
It's
both took your shirts off, and everyone was like, "Neither of you are attractive."
Yeah, that basically happened.
I mean, you're most of the time you're wearing a shirt. You should judge your attractiveness wearing a shirt. I guess they wanted to see more of your body. You know, more how much of
Lawrence
you is
did.
attractive.
Just
Yeah,
Lawrence did.
Lawrence
Yeah.
kept polling people. Who's more attractive?
And he's like, "We should take our shirts off." They're like, "Nobody wants us to take it." He's like,
Did
"No,
mention
we
it-
should do
he
it."
did mention it first, and then I was like, really? And then I was like, fuck it. Yeah, I don't give a shit.
10 minutes later, he's like, "No, I think you know what? I don't think they can see enough. We got to take our pants off, dude."
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I think next round it'll be.
It will be.
What about you when you started? What was the vibe like towards you? Towards in the scene? Was it loving? Was it supportive? Was it?
They were
cutthroat?
like, "Holy shit! What the fuck?
I-
Why did you say that?" And
"What did
then,
you say?"
Like the Jews.
Wait, aren't you from Seattle, right?
Yeah.
Originally? Yeah, that would make sense. That would
Like,
make
why
sense.
are we worshiping the Jewish religion? Like, they have the worst luck. Why would we worship Jesus? Like, you know,
Let me
Oh,
do
they
this.
don't worship Jesus. That's
Yeah, they
the-
don't.
that's
They
the
don't.
point,
in
yeah.
Seattle?
No,
Just
Jewish
Jews
people.
Jewish
yeah.
people in general.
No,
don't
no. Like,
seem
why
to,
would we adopt a Christian religion from the Jews? Like, they have the worst luck. Why would we worship Jesus when, like, the Jewish God is probably like the worst God?
And this was a bit. This was.
Yeah.
There's a punchline here.
That's the punchline.
That was the bit. And so was that like your open mic kind of stuff?
No
and then
wonder
they're
people
like,
didn't like
"What
you."
are you doing?"
Well, no, I think some people are like, yeah, that's true. Like, why do we worship a Jewish religion?
Right, but were you starting your own cult or doing open mic comedy? That's the part I'm like.
Well, it's just like an observation. It's like, why Judaism? What an accident of history. What a hilarious mistake we all made.
Your comedy's come a long way. I'm going to be honest. You're very funny now.
I mean, it's. I don't think you have to
I don't think
oversell
you
it.
have
The
to,
punchlines are
like-
there. Like, I don't know why you're putting on such a
I don't
production.
think
I
you
know.
have to like judge the merit of the joke. Just like that's the subject matter that was said.
Got it. And then and you were being
But
judged
anyways,
based on that.
yeah, it was like a fun time. They were just sort of shocked by me, and then
Because of what you were saying.
yeah.
Which is understandable,
Yeah.
too.
I mean, you're
The
going for it. I mean,
Jews.
that's
Yeah,
a gutsy
yeah.
premise.
Yeah.
Like, but once you kind
But
of
did you
found
think
your
like you
group,
could
or
see like Eddie Izzard saying it, or like you know how he does the British, you know the British took over or whatever.
Sure. Or Mark Norman makes fun of Jews all the time. No. Actually, I heard, is he Jewish?
I don't know.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, someone was telling me. Okay.
But either way,
what
so-
was
so-
like your first bit that you did?
Oh, it
or
was
whatever?
terrible.
How did the scene accept you and wherever you
A
were?
lot of them left, and then I started working at the comedy club, which helped a bit. And I mean, a lot of it was like good timing because I started in 2015 where it's like there was this big rush in this is after like Louis and stuff. So a bunch of people, there was like a wave of comedians wanting to do that and stuff. And I came at the right time where it was like, we got probably like 50 new, I mean, probably only like 10 of us are still here from that or whatever in that whole year. And then when COVID happened, yeah. No, it's like Ralph Barbosa, there's some people that were like kind of the class ahead of me that I might be confusing towards mine. But yeah, I mean, it just took time and patience and people got to know me and I think I'm a piece of shit, but I'm not the biggest piece of shit. And yeah, people just accepted me a little bit and, same thing with you. I mean, you still do crazy premises, but people know you now where it's like they're more willing to accept your.
Yeah, I mean, the community here is really nice to me, so that's nice. The people that aren't nice, they can go fuck themselves.
Right.
But yeah, New York didn't really accept me. I was bumming it in the open mics, which I enjoyed because I think you learn something through open mics. It's like a grit and sort of like trying to make the most depressed people happy. I think it's a worthwhile thing to do, and I think there's some great moments in open mics. But yeah, and then Seattle, I started out kind of rough. That's where I started out, and then like towards the end of it, I was getting booked a lot, so that was good.
Nice.
But was the scene once they kind of got to know you, like you showed up and shocked the hell out of them? It sounds like because they were like,
yeah,
they just like you were just touching the subjects and doing stuff. But
but
once they like got to know
you with my stupid jokes.
No. No, but like I was an open micer, like you're pushing hard. That's not there. The joke there is hard to make.
Yeah.
The observation is there, but like where to find the funny in it and stuff like that.
That's true.
So then to show up in a scene and do that and be trying to find your feet and find the jokes within it.
It was difficult at times.
Right.
When I
Sure,
feel
it's
like,
tenacity,
But that's like, it's like the thing is like everyone's doing that. That's like the
our own
community
version.
of people trying to say the most shocking things.
Yeah. And so did they like once they kind of got to know you, did they bring you in and it was a good positive thing and you guys all grew together?
They could, because I was autistic and they were Seattle, Seattle Freeze, weirdo theater majors that are bitter at the world and jocks and.
That's who was doing the open mics?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very poetry-esque vibe. But there is a lot of like dudes that are like gross and stupid there too. It's a nice balance. But yeah, I enjoyed that scene. I was a part of that scene. I'm proud to have been a part of that scene. Yeah, and then New York, I was proud to be there. They didn't really accept me, but I enjoyed the time there. I think it made me tougher and more better at comedy at a more rapid pace than any other city. And then I love Austin because like I'm doing awesome.
Yeah.
very humble. Yes, you are.
This is the best it's ever been, so I'm gonna chill here for a while.
Nice.
That makes sense. Yeah.
How long, like once you got here, how long did it take you to really find your footing here?
I got here in March, like 22nd, and then I became a Kill Tony regular May 30 or June 6th. So that's like
Of this year?
3 months. No, last year.
Okay.
And then also,
you were on Kill Tony before though, right?
Yeah, I was on Kill Tony a bunch.
Yeah.
and now you do it like when you say regular, like you're every single week or
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then I'm getting it's a new 1 minute every time, right?
Yeah.
And then do you practice that minute elsewhere, or you just go in with a brand new?
I practice it. I sometimes don't practice it. I usually practice it. I don't want to say online for the first time a joke.
Yeah.
But sometimes I have to, because sometimes it's like a lot of like when you're about to go up on a comedy show, it's like you're like, what do I feel like saying today? It's like, what can I convincingly think is funny? And sometimes it's slim pickings on a Monday.
Sure. Do you hate doing that minute, or do you love it, or hate love?
I hate not doing that minute well.
Okay.
I hate the pressure.
So that one
of having
bothers you.
to
That one bothers
succeed. Yeah, because it's online.
I see.
And everyone sees it. It's like a
Okay.
public open mic.
Yeah.
Well, especially since it's every week, I'm sure it's very hit or
Yeah.
miss. Like
But it's like something that I wanted.
Yeah.
I watch the show, I'd be like, oh man, if I was in that position, I'd be writing all these new jokes I have.
And then you're like, oh fuck, I gotta write all these new jokes.
yeah.
Well, and all of them are, I'm assuming, as great as the Jewish Jesus joke.
You should try that first joke again on the next
try it
one.
again.
You're a better comic now. You could probably do something with it.
Well, yeah, you guys really shook my confidence in that.
Tell me, was it hard or is it hard for you? Like 1 minute is not a lot of time. I mean, that's my biggest. We would go to LA every now and then from San Diego, and I had friends that had done Kill Tony when it was there. And I remember like, are you signing up? I'm like, no, I can't. Like I'm more of like storyteller, talk about things.
Oh, dude,
so I'm just way too many. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I have nothing to do in a minute. I just don't.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a lot of it's the interview, though. I feel like.
The interview's important.
Yeah.
Joke writers are definitely favored on the show.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like all about being a cool person, or like, you know, just like going with the flow, and you know.
Wait, so how did you get it then?
I don't know. I have no idea. But you know, it's fun. I'm working on it. It's a good time. But yeah, like the interview is important. But yeah, the set's also important. I don't know. You should do it. I think like you could find some jokes you could do.
Just say your story faster.
I thought about it. Just like I sound like the Micro Machines guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because how many jokes do you get out in a minute?
3.
Okay.
If they're good.
Because you have to wait for all the people
they're
to sit down and stop
If
clapping.
I'm doing good, I do get 2 jokes.
Oh,
Hopefully
okay.
one. Once I got 1 out. When I was planning for 3, I was like, oh, thank God.
Nice.
So you got 1 out, and then it was just a great response, and
Yeah.
it just by then it was time up.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Got 2 more jokes for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I tell them right, I'll do the third one the week after that.
Maybe that's what
Bought
you should just
myself
be
a
banking
month.
on. Just one really good joke every week, and then that's it. And then
I'm
just
going
wait
to
for
write
the-
a joke, but this time it's going to be really good.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone back on and been like, they don't remember this one, and done a one again?
No. Not yet.
What about originally when you first? Because now it's like you being a regular. Yeah, you got to come up with a new minute. But like when you first were starting out, you never repeated jokes when you redid Kill Tony.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
How often did those jokes end up in your act? Like, do a lot of them, or all of them, or the good ones, or is it like some of
I
them
would
just end up
say
on Kill Tony and
like
that's it?
About 20%, 15%.
It's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what a way to generate material.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely motivates me to generate material, but I also just do more of what I was doing anyways. It's not like I'm doing anything
Jewish jokes.
more different. I'm just doing more of it.
Yeah.
What do you think about the Jews?
Very shitty people. No. I think you're half Jewish, right?
Half,
Yeah.
Mother or father?
Mother's
So
side,
that's
I should
you're-
say. My
you're
mom's
technically-
Methodist, all right? She's Methodist now, but the heritage-wise, it's over there.
Just like a Jew.
Yeah.
Became Methodist.
I don't know.
What's the method?
I think they got something going right. I mean, there's no hell. They're
rich.
not all of them. There's poor Jews. I've met
On
them. They're out
average.
there. But like my family grew up with a Jewish family that we were just really close with, and they had daughters the same age as my older brothers. And we like traveled in the summers together, and like they did all the Christian holidays with us. We weren't like religious, but we did the holidays kind of stuff.
Okay.
And we did in the same boat. Like they were Jewish, but it was more cultural than religion. And so we did all like Passover and Hanukkah and Yom Kippur and all that with them. And it was kind of nice that like we got to see it all and do it all. But like I remember growing up and being like, over here with the stuff my grandma talks about, there's hell and there's sin and there's all this horrible shit. And then over here at our Jewish friend's house, there's no hell.
What kind of Christian? Catholic?
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the worst kind.
Yeah.
But it was still like
Worse
I'm
than
like
the Jews.
every
really.
religion.
No.
Every religion revolves around food, family, and there's no hell. Like it was in.
There's low levels of fun.
Dude, they were.
I
some
mean,
fun
if
Jews.
you're super Orthodox, yeah, but if you're Reformed, then yeah, you're fine on a lot of things.
Well, I guess, I mean, Christians have Christmas. Yeah, gifts. The Jews have like Hanukkah.
Eight.
A small little gift.
Well, 8 nights of gifts, though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lighting
Low
eight-
level
Not everyone
fun.
gets a
It's just
dreidel
8.
every night.
I'm
Like it's
assuming-
not just.
I'm assuming it's every night a dreidel. I'm assuming it's just the same gift.
just a different color dreidel.
I'm assuming they take back the dreidel and then give it back to them because they're Jews. You know what I'm saying? No. All right.
Also, Hanukkah is not even that big of a like.
You're not enjoying this. You're not You got a lot of Jewish fan base. You got a big Jewish fan base.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
He does now.
I don't now.
We can change this up. We can talk about blacks.
I love all the people. That's the biggest part. Is like I don't care what you are. It's not easy.
No, I agree with that. No, I totally agree with that. But that's why I don't like it when some people are like, these people's traumas. It's like it's all subjective, right?
Right. It's everyone
That's
has
the
their experience.
Yeah.
And like I know what I look like. I was dealt in this country the best hand of cards you could be dealt from the beginning, like as far as walking around and how you're treated.
To ruin it with a beard and long hair.
And a 5-year-old kid. Dude.
But it's but again, we all wake up and sometimes that's hard to go through that day. And I can't imagine what someone else's experience is. And I'm I understand the fortunate existence I've had where I don't have to wake up and remind myself that like, oh, I look like this and the world treats people that look like this different. Mind my day.
Yeah,
like I get
you're not
that.
Jewish. But a lot of Jews can pass. A lot of Jews are like saying they're a minority, but it's like.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Are you like anti-Jew?
Oh yeah, he's coming off very.
I'm surprised I made it on the
If some
podcast.
white guy,
I didn't tell him you're half Jewish though. So
if some white guy was like, "Yeah, I'm Jewish," I'll be like, "Yeah, but you don't have to deal with any of the negative."
it's kind of like gay
sides
people. It's like you don't have to
being
tell
black
people.
or something.
It's like gay people. It's like you can hide your sexuality.
Whose bit was
Yeah,
that?
why don't you hide your sexuality more, gays? You're too out in the open about it.
I'm trying to put mine out there.
Are you gay?
Your gayness out?
No, I'm not fully gay. I'm bi, but yeah.
Everyone's bi.
Oh, so
I
you're
know
a,
everyone's
so you're
bi.
a woman.
Yes,
Okay, you're
yeah.
just a young woman.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I've seen
lady
women
out
too. I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I do like your bit about that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm trying to put it out there. Just
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I
What's your favorite joke that you like? Recent joke that you've written? Like, what's it? Like, when was the last time you wrote a really good one that you like?
One that comes to mind is a nice one about Asians and race.
No.
Wow.
Wait a second. Asians and race. Go on. So how did
I'm
it
not
come
gonna
about?
say it,
No,
but,
yeah. Don't say the bit. But like, how did it come about?
I
What inspired it? And what do you
was
love
in the
about
green room at the Vulcan,
it? Okay.
and someone was said panic attack, and I was like panic attack, and then I said the punchline, which I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
Are you saying Hispanic attack? No, I've heard that joke. I've heard that joke.
I don't want to ruin the
Not you,
punchline.
Don't
not-
ruin it.
No, not for me. Okay.
Listen, there are
okay.
9 people
Okay.
watching this.
Oh my god. You were
No,
such
don't
a
say that.
fucking asshole. I wanted it to be a secret. Maybe
Don't say
just
it.
for you guys even, but
Wait, was that
it
it?
should be my
Was that the punchline? What I
it
said?
should be my prerogative to reveal it. Shiva,
I was guessing.
I thought
I'm-
I thought
was
it was
that-
about.
was
well,
that the
that's a great guess.
That wasn't it? Okay, then I don't feel bad. Yeah, I was just okay,
No,
okay,
that was a
okay.
great guess.
Oh,
As in, it was
okay,
it. That
okay.
was the punchline.
That was a great guess.
Okay.
but not the punchline.
My-
It's not the punchline.
Okay.
That, no,
but-
no, that was a great guess.
Okay.
He's
What
gonna
about
add
you?
it to the bit now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
That's a good tag
It's just
that
like
you
a stupid thing, but I guess everything's stupid if you think about it. It's about the context.
Got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a fun time when just hanging out with the comics in the green room, and they said something and nobody laughed, and then I was like, I'll show you guys. And I said it on stage, and I say it every night, and it gets a reliable laugh. So
Nice.
What about you? What's a recent?
One that's been working. Oh, I have a good astrology joke that's been working. Yeah.
How'd that come about? What
I
inspired
was
it?
dating a lady that was into astrology and
Dating a 23-year-old.
Yeah, I was dating a 23-year-old.
that's problematic.
Was it?
Yeah.
When is it okay then? 25? Like,
Yeah, give them a chance.
I did 2 years after 21, and it's not like I'm
I
aggressive.
know what 23 is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's
I was shooting
here-
up. I was shooting up heroin at 23.
She was
so,
chasing
yeah.
you?
Yeah, it was mutual. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not that aggressive. I'm not an aggressive dude. Like, I'm not like, hey, come
Well,
back.
don't you think girls sometimes mature faster than men, and they need?
Some of them, yeah.
more
100. And I'm
mature
immature
people.
as shit. So, like,
So you're
she
about
really
perfect for a
fucked up.
23-year-old.
that's because they say once you start doing drugs that your emotional, like,
That's it. You're locked in there.
no, not locked in, but until you get sober and like start feeling your feelings again.
So
that-
you wrote a joke about her because she was stupid. 23.
I wouldn't put it like that, but yeah. Or it wasn't even about. It wasn't even calling her stupid. It was turns into a sex joke. That's just a stupid sex joke.
But it works well, and it's like recent. Like,
Yeah, 2 months,
Nice.
3 months. Yeah.
what about you? Any?
Yeah, I've been working on some good stuff. I have one about how, so I was recently diagnosed with ADHD, so I've been talking about that a lot on stage. And that's how it came about, because I was diagnosed with ADHD.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was
You're
but were you in therapy?
Feelings about this.
Yeah.
Were you in therapy in the therapist? No.
No. I actually sought out a psychiatrist to be like, hey, I was told this might be a reason or a thing to check out.
What did they give you?
Adderall.
Nice. Do you have any?
I do.
Should we?
Do you like Adderall?
I don't have a lot of experience with it, but I like the idea of it.
He loves Adderall. There's no. You're
We're
studying
born with
something.
Adderall.
You're studying something, man.
We have endogenous Adderall pumping through our veins.
I only did it a couple times in college, and I was like, "This is not good. Like, this is." I did it a couple times to study, and one time I not OD'd, but I definitely took too much because I just got to the point where I was like, "We're fucked. We're fucked." Like all of a sudden, I was like, "It doesn't matter what we study. It doesn't matter. That test is in 2 hours. We're just fucked. We're fucked. That's it. It's over."
Yeah.
And my problem is I'm normally very hyper focused on like a lot of stuff. So whenever I take Adderall, it's like, oh, I'm a regular person now. This is nice.
Isn't
Yeah,
it
you'll go to
so
sleep.
weird
Yeah.
what studying is? The concept of studying. You're just staring at a book, reading the words, and then you're picturing it. And like, picture it.
Yeah.
Stop picturing other things.
And then just
Like,
have to
what is it? You just have
regurgitate
to-
it later.
Yeah.
You have to live
Hoping
in the material.
Mm-hmm. Hope it sticks.
It's just a ritual. It's like meditation. It's like, humble yourself, child. Here is physics. And then you study fluid dynamics, and like you're like, oh, water, if it's laminar, flows this way, but it's turbulent. There's another equation you need. Anyways, I think school was fun.
No, I hated school.
How did you learn to study? Because I realized that when I got to college, like, I don't know how to study. Like, do you
never
just
learned.
read the book? Because that doesn't fucking work for me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how did you learn
Well,
to study and do that?
It was a very result based, where it's like, let me just try to do good on the test. Like, let me just do problems over and over again and then like figure out what I need to know for the problems, and then like go through like the part where they teach you about it if you have to, but try not to do that, because then it'll take forever.
I was gonna say, just get parents that make you study, that just force you in your room.
I guess to me it was so just read it over and over until you can recite
My
almost
thing was
all of
more-
it. Or
My thing was more math, so a little different.
And spelling bees.
Well, and I don't know about you
No.
all, but when I was in school, it was all multiple choice. So like, even if I didn't know an answer, I'd be like, great, C, done.
Because Kansas, right?
Statistically,
Yeah, Kansas.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
No. Well, because C
They
is
don't
the
give
most
you-
logical choice. Like it's when you look
the
at
middle
what it's going to be. Yeah, C is generally the answer.
is not the second one. It's the third one.
Third
so
one's
they
the
look
charm.
down it.
Yeah.
Rule of 3.
Rule of 3.
Yep.
nice.
Comedy.
What was your latest bit that you've been working on?
I talk about that date, the first date I kind of went on, and then and just
The 5-year-old,
dating in
yeah.
general, and just dating in general. Like I'm on Hinge now, and that's like
A
new
lot
and
of-
different.
A lot of married people are on Hinge, by the way. I've been told this.
I've seen a lot of women are like, I'm married but looking for like
Yes.
a play person, or like if
Interesting.
we're open and da da
wonder
da
if-
da.
That's what she says.
Yeah, fucking is awesome, and we should be doing more of it.
Yes, we
Like,
should.
Yeah.
just one person forever doesn't
No, that's
work.
a lot.
No.
Yeah.
It's unrealistic.
It's not forever. You can just like do it for a while and then sign paperwork, and then it's not.
Now I'm at
Forever.
an age where all of my friends now are getting married, and I'm like, this is great, but it's a lot.
Stressful.
Don't worry, they'll get divorced in a few years.
I don't
Probably.
know. They should start having like divorce parties.
That'd be
that could be a
nice.
cool
Well,
thing.
I'd go
ideally,
there.
you'd be with someone who gets you, and then every now and then you'd be able to fuck a
Yeah.
a supermodel.
Sure.
But I don't
Or
know.
just that lady at 7-Eleven. It doesn't
Yeah.
have to be a supermodel. It could just be someone.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
that's like the list that you're able to do when you're. It's generally celebrities,
Ideally.
but yeah.
Yeah. Who's on your list? Well, there's this gal at 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
What?
Well, that's
I
hot
thought we were
too.
talking about celebrities, honey. She's like, no. Mm-mm.
I have low expectations. She's
Yeah.
a
It's a
celebrity
joke.
to me. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is actually attainable. This is kind of a problem now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fun.
Sex is fun. I enjoy it. Do you guys ever just have sex and then you're like, I did it the wrong way. I should have done it the more pure way, and instead I feel guilty.
Pure way?
Yeah.
What is the pure way?
Condoms. Never got
Is
it.
that what you mean?
Is that what you mean?
No, I meant just like the chase or the hunt was, there was something that you wish that you did
As
more
opposed to
morally.
just like
As opposed to
meeting
just
and immediately.
being a douchebag and channeling your inner Jersey Shore.
Just be like, wanna fuck kind of shit.
But if they say
Yeah.
yes, then I mean, as long as everyone's on board,
Consent.
is it? I mean, yeah, for sure.
Well,
But I mean, like
obviously.
if they're like, if you meet them and just immediately there's vibe, and you're like, do you want to go fuck? And they're like, I'd love to go fuck, and then you two people go do the fun fucking. Is that not?
Yeah, that's ideal. But
Yeah.
has it ever happened where that
No.
ideal didn't happen and you felt kind of bad or weird about it?
What's the non-ideal? I don't get where we're missing. Like, two
Like-
people still like as opposed to.
Anyway, like maybe you actually don't really respect her and
Oh.
then you have sex with her and then she's just like, you're annoyed with her and then.
Why do you have to respect them to have sex with them though? Fully.
Exactly. I mean, you don't have to, but it's not ideal.
I think that's just called being a douchebag.
Well, I mean,
Or-
let's face it.
or
There's
the
a very
other
good
way,
chance she might
you're
not
chasing
respect
someone.
you
Yeah,
either.
that's what I'm saying too.
Yeah.
Like it's
Like,
mutual.
if you're both are like, we're just here for
That's
the
Yes.
one
fun,
situation.
fine, yeah.
Another
Yeah.
situation is you're chasing someone and they
actually want
and they think they're being chased, and then
they're
truth.
doing like a favor to you and having sex with you, and then it's like that, and then you feel kind of weird about that.
Is that a thing?
But,
I don't
yeah,
think
I
I've ever
just
had
wanted-
favor sex.
Yeah. How do you know that it's favor
pretty much
sex,
the only
then?
sex I have.
Well, sometimes you
Do
can
me
feel
a
it.
It's weird that you ask up front. Can you do me a favor? Listen, real easy favor.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
I
like,
just,
fine, I'll
if
do
someone's
it.
if someone's asking that, I just feel like they'd be the type of person to be like, "Can you give me an orgasm?" Is that?
I would
can,
respect that.
and I can try.
I would
I
respect
can
that.
try.
Yeah.
I just need a
Listen.
favor. I just need this.
Yeah. You look like you need a back rub, and by
Yeah.
back I mean clit. Like, is it?
Or do the back rub on top of it.
Yeah. Start
Yeah.
there.
Both,
Start
both.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. So I guess you
Yeah,
have
sex
had a
is
lot
fun.
of you've had a lot
Yeah,
of
if you-
guilty.
No, I haven't.
Okay,
I just
okay.
have the power of empathy and the ability to imagine
How'd you get that? Did you?
positive and negative
radiation
things
fall
instead
on
of
you?
just positive things. Like
Okay.
that.
I think a lot, because like there's been really good relationships I've had where there were, it was overall positive, but there was still, I think every time you have sex, there are going to be some negative feelings.
Yeah.
Every
isn't that
time?
interesting.
I'm just like, hey, that could have gone better, or I wish I would have stretched first, or
Something, or it was like maybe I wish she would like me more, or I wish I liked her more, or I think
Sometimes when I first was having sex, I'd be like, "This is the most awesome thing I could be doing right now." And
totally
I'd be,
different
like,
from his
so
perspective.
insecure about
Complete
it.
opposite of his perspective.
So that's like kind of a weird thought to have during sex, where you're like, "I'm doing it,"
That
So is that
is-
like a
that is
virtual
one.
high five for yourself? Like, yeah, we did
Well,
it.
it's weird. It's because like this is supposed to be awesome. Like this
And it
has
is.
to be awesome. Yeah. And
Oh, now you're-
sometimes
I've definitely had those moments in my head where like,
I can't believe this
I'm
is
fucking
happening.
right now.
Yeah.
I've had the thought
I-
where like I'm doing the coolest thing I could be doing right now.
Yeah.
Nobody is having a better time than me right now.
once,
But
one
definitely
time,
not her.
one time
Yeah.
years ago, I got caught in mid act, and I looked at the clock, and she thought, I think she took it, and she saw me kind of like glance over, and she took it as in I looked at the clock to be like, oh, is this like how long is it?
But
and
you-
I looked at the clock going, holy shit. 34 minutes. This is like my personal record. Like, this is amazing.
Nice.
Like, you're killing it right now. And it was such this miscommunication. And I like looked at glance, and I felt great. And she saw me glance, and she
Yeah.
like, I guess I didn't
The
convey
look
that
at
in
the
my.
clock is always so judged. It's such a misaligned look.
Yeah.
That look is, everyone shits on that look, but it's not just one meaning. There could
Yeah.
be multiple.
I'm having my experience over here. And but I felt bad because I think she legitimately felt bad. Like, I was like bored.
That's
Well,
funny.
what happened after?
We went for another 15 minutes, and I
Nicely
think she
done,
changed
sir.
her mind. I don't
Okay,
know.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, see, almost in that sense, where it's like that was a negative feeling, but the overall thing,
Still a positive experience.
Yeah, yeah,
we
yeah.
did it the next day, so
If
it
you're
couldn't have
having-
been,
yeah.
If you're having sex with someone and she's like, that was the best sex I've ever had, but to you it was just like, oh, that's nice. Do you like tell her like,
No.
calm your tits? Or are you just like, that was, because then if you don't tell her, you miss a line, and then you're not like fucking.
It is good to be honest.
You're not on the same page.
Yeah, but maybe don't be like,
Yeah.
it wasn't the best I've had. No, you should.
You should be
you're
like-
not even close to the best
No, you
I've
should be
had.
like, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
It
that was
good.
great. That
Yeah,
was
it
great.
good. Do the shoulders thing.
Next time, please put
she
less
gets
things in
it.
my butt. Like, you should communicate.
No. More things. More
Well,
things.
you don't know how many
More
things.
things in your butt. Yeah.
More heroin in your ass.
Yeah, that's the best. Yeah, having sex on heroin. Fucking hey.
You both are
Yeah.
just laying there.
A little bit.
I feel like there
Yeah.
wouldn't be anything happening.
No, it's, I mean,
Can-
it's hard
can-
to come. It's hard to come on
Can
it.
you get it up?
Yes, and then after a while, no. Yes. Like after
No.
like a couple years.
Turns
or
into
something.
just mush.
Dude, it was actually dope, man. I would like, I didn't have that like sex drive, which I do like having, but it was nice to tamp that down for like 5 years, and I could just be around people and be like, well, I'm fine.
I'm not trying to fuck any
Yeah,
of you.
dude, I'm fucking myself,
something to
dude,
it.
every day. Yeah,
In the arm.
Yeah. So it was interesting. But then when I got off of it, dude, it was crazy. It was like I was jerking off like I was 18 again. For a
Welcome
month.
back.
I
Welcome
mean,
back.
this is a year and a half ago. Yeah,
You're still going at it pretty
I mean,
good.
I'm still jerking off. Yeah, I'm still jerking off. Yeah.
I hate to do this, but I think I got to go because I got to get back and change and then get to Vulcan.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, I was kind of bored anyway. No,
Nice.
Wait, this wasn't the best podcast you've ever had? Because this was the best podcast I've ever had. Hans.
Gotta do the shoulders.
see
There's
you
no
guys.
settlers of
Thanks.
Catan, if you know.
Okay,
Hans.
yeah. Check all you guys out on Instagram.
Yeah.